Here are 5 money traps that you need to avoid in your life. Hi, my name is Nate Jones. I run this channel. I make videos on money, entrepreneurship, and which businesses you should start and how to start certain businesses. If you get value out of today, like and subscribe. Okay, so 5 money traps in which you want to avoid. It's important that you avoid these money traps because if you go down some of these paths, it is not going to lead to wealth. It's not going to lead to making more money. It's going to lead to putting you in a financial situation that you may not be able to get out of. So let's go through these and let's make sure that you understand them so you can get to that next level in your wealth journey. Number 1, spending money on depreciating assets. A depreciating asset is an asset in which you spend money on and then a day or a year or 2 or 3 years later, it is worth almost nothing. A good example of this is a brand new car. The second you buy it, usually 99% of the time, they don't go up in value. The second you drive it off the lot, it goes down in value. Designer items, most of them go down in value after you buy them. Any sort of purchase that you make that is not a need or a necessity, but a want that does not go up in value is a depreciating asset. I'm not telling you to never spend money on these things. I'm not saying these are hard and fast rules. I'm saying you need to watch it if you're not in a good financial situation. You need to watch spending money on depreciating assets. Number 2, I see people do this. They start a business and pour money into an idea before thinking it thoroughly through. What I mean is, in all my videos, I always tell people, think about all the ways in which your business won't work. Tear it down, bankrupt it, make it go out of business. Think of all those things, create strategies around those mishaps or whatever the weakness is. Create strategies to minimize those. And when you go through this cycle of basically crashing your business, you realize, hey, maybe this is a bigger risk than I thought. What if this does go south? I don't know. This is kind of a 50-50 chance. Well, maybe I shouldn't throw $10,000 into this business idea. Maybe I should really think it through. So think before you start that business. Number 3, making big purchases before sleeping on it. Before any big purchase me and my wife make, a car, wanting to upgrade our house, wanting to do whatever, it doesn't matter. The definition of big purchase is different for each person. For us, we sleep on it. We say, hey, I know in the moment right now it makes 100% sense. You're at the car dealership and you're like, I want to buy this car. It's such a great deal. This is only going to happen now. The car salesman tells you all these things. But you need to go home and sleep on it. You need to get out of the situation, put your emotional self out, remove yourself from that situation so you can think clearly about it. And if you're still saying, yes, this is something we should do, then you should do it. But make sure that you have a clear head and you're not acting out of emotion. Number 4, getting the wrong debt. Not all debt is bad debt. There is good debt. Buying a house and your house payment is less than what you could rent for and you're building equity, that's somewhat good debt. You know, having a rental property and having debt on it, but it cash flows, buying a business and it cash flows and you have debt on it. There's good debt out there, but there's bad debt like car debt. Car debt is bad debt because you're paying a finance charge, which is your interest rate. You're paying the bank to loan you the money, and the asset that you're buying is going down in value. So you're paying somebody else for something that is worth half, if not more than half, less than it was when you bought it, and the money's going out, and eventually the car goes to nothing. You scrap it for $1,000 or $2,000. Credit card debt is horrible debt. It's a 20% interest rate, if not higher, when you can just withhold yourself from spending that money if you planned correctly. Any alternatives that you just don't need, like going on debt on vacation, you don't need to do that. Don't put yourself in a bad situation. I knew one person, they went into debt buying furniture for their house when there is tons of furniture all over Facebook Marketplace. And if you can't afford to buy it with cash, you probably shouldn't buy it or you should find an alternative. Number 5, buying add-ons all the time. I see so many people, they get a Coke at every restaurant, they get a dessert at every restaurant, they're getting the premier package on every car, everything has to be top of the line. They're eating out all the time, going to fancy restaurants, getting the most name brand thing for every single thing. And what you don't realize is that stuff, the add-ons add up to putting yourself in a financial situation that you don't want to be in. eventually someday you're not going to have enough money just to buy the bare necessities because you spent so much on add-ons. So control yourself and say, hey, every now and then get dessert. Every now and then, hey, let's get the premier package on this vacation or whatever it is. But you don't need to do that on every single thing. You don't need to be the extreme package on every single package. Come on. You need to be smart with your money. If you're not smart with your money and you fall into these traps, you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're not going to be able to pay for your kids' college. You're not going to be able to retire at the age you want to retire. You may not be able to retire at all. And at some point, you're going to be desperately waiting for somebody to bail you out of a situation when you could have prevented it, and you need to prevent it today. So watch out for these money traps and get your money right.